Good morning. We need to get the mess picked up that I made over there, and for that we're going to use the York rake on the back of the Kubota. I think this is like a 6-foot wide York rake, so it wouldn't work well in the TYM because it's not wide enough. So let's get this hooked up. We can get that area dragged, and we end up getting some topsoil the other day so we can fill in the ruts, because we have a lot of ruts because we had so many rocks we had to remove when we did all the water lines. It's going to be nice to have the pasture all fixed up. So I got to block this up so it'll fit. She got some water in her. Pretty gross water too. I should put some holes in here because you can see under, actually all of this I should put holes in. So this fills up with water. If you look at it, and it's all been rounded over because it gets water in it and then it freezes. So that's all round, and then all down here is round. Even though it's welded and capped, somehow water gets in there. This is a quick connect for a 3-point hitch. So now I can just swap these over. That locks the pin in. This locks the pin in on this side. This top pin is hooked up here. So now we can go do some York raking. But first, we gotta get Miles out on some new pasture. So we put Miles out in this paddock not even a week ago, 5 days ago. And the grass was taller and thicker than this. I'll put a clip of it right here. And this is what it looks like now. He's done a really good job eating it down. So we're going to get him out here in this strip, and we'll get him eating all of this grass. There's a lot more clover in this area than there was in there. So it'll be interesting to see how good he eats this down versus in there. He ate it really good and low where there was good feed, like where there was clover and stuff like that. He basically mowed it. And then where it was just really tall, thick stuff, he did a good job, but it's not like looking like it's mowed. So let's get this set up with a fence, and we're gonna just leave the gate open so he can go in and out. Right, Miles? Yes. I think he knows what we're doing. It's kind of funny because the goats free range and they never want to eat this grass. Now that we're over here, we're going to put Miles in it. They're right over there mowing down. I gotta remember to hook it to the fence after. If I put it on now, I'll get shocked while I'm putting the fence up. Okay, now we got power. What do you say, sir? You want some nice tall grass? I ain't got no treats. I'm gonna have to get my loppers over here and lop down this thistle. This thing is a huge, big old thing. And then I'm gonna put it in a black trash bag and throw it away. I don't wanna compost it because I don't want those seeds in our compost. And I don't want the seeds anywhere on the property because we really don't want thistles. They are not fun. Miles is loving it. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes him to eat down this area. I feel like this pasture has a lot more to it, even though it's a smaller area. It's got a good variation of the tall pasture grass, and then it's got smaller, low-lying clover, so I think it'll take them a little bit longer to eat this area down. All right, now that we have Miles out on pasture and he's enjoying the grass, we can get down there and start cleaning up this mess that I made doing the ditch and removing all the rocks. That's what really did it. See that rock pile back there? The majority of those rocks came out from the water line that we just put in. The other ones came out from the water line we did over here years ago. And the other ones came from probably doing the water line to the house. So we have a lot of rocks that we've dug up in the past. We never had it this bad where we had to bring Phil in to fix the ditch because it's pretty sunk in some spots and I don't want the animals out on pasture tripping. So that's why we brought in the topsoil so we can rake everything out, smooth it up, and then I can top dress it and then we can seed it because we don't need the animals getting hurt out here. We're gonna start down here at this first hydrant and then we'll just continue working our way over there. This area is one of the worst. The center section isn't too bad. It's when you get more towards the barn and then the leg that comes down is when we got really rocky again. The section that goes straight towards the barn was the least rocky. For some reason it was right here and then back on that side by the other fence where it goes this direction, it was really rocky. So let's get these cleaned up and then we can get them top dressed. I think I'll angle it a little bit so that way it pushes the rocks and all the extra debris this way. We'll try to get as much of this up by the trench that has sunk in from all the rain. And we'll just keep working it. We got this area pretty good. We got quite a few small rocks to pick up, but we'll do that after. Now we can go up and get the corner area kind of half graded. The York rake works good, but it definitely helps pick out the rocks that you don't see. So we'll have to go back and just get the piles of rocks, but it's kind of nice because it kind of piles them up. So let's get over here and get this area cleaned up.
The last couple of days I've been getting some flowers on my strawberry plants, which is awesome, but I do have to go ahead and remove the blossoms so that way next year they will really produce some strawberries. So it's really hard to do something like this, to take the flowers off, because that would grow a strawberry, but it's going to help in the future. It's kind of like the asparagus, but the asparagus takes a lot longer. But these strawberry plants are doing really good. I'm very happy with how they're turning out. and I'm very excited to see what happens in the future with them.
So I just want to go around right now and do the first like rough grade with the York rake, get all the big rocks kind of in one spot per area. Then I'll go around, we'll pick them up. But this is kind of the big stuff we're dealing with right here. It's rained since we did the ditch, and you can see where it has all settled down and packed in nicely. So we got to fill that all in. I wanted to wait and go around and do the final grade after we had gotten a good amount of rain. So some of the areas that didn't pack with the machine, the water runs in and packs it. Nature does the best job of packing everything. So there's like one big divot here, there's a few over there, and then just over here was pretty settled good too. So I think we should be done settling. So once we top dress it all and do the final grade and put grass seed on, I don't think we'll have an issue. I don't want stuff like that in the pasture for the cows to trip on. All right, let's turn this so while we're dragging, it'll put it all towards the ditch. This section right here had the nicest material when we were digging. Clay and stone, but it wasn't like big rocks. So we'll just go around here. We'll feather it out with the York rake. And we have a few low spots we'll clean up. Then we gotta go that way. And then that section over down to that hydrant was pretty rocky. So we'll get over there raked out after. I'm sure that's gonna be pretty interesting. We have a good sized hole right here. I don't know how good that's showing up on video. And then an even bigger hole right there. This is kind of the cross section down to that hydrant. And there's really nice. It's just here to here and then to like here. That's not too bad. This spot was the worst digging as rock-wise. It was just boulder after boulder after boulder. So when we were putting everything back together, we didn't have a lot of material to fill it in. Hey pigs, you're enjoying the outdoors? I'll get you some grass after. Now it's time for my favorite job, picking up rocks. I got a rake and a shovel and we'll go around, we'll clean this up. Some of the areas are not that bad. Some of the areas it's pretty bad, but we'll get it and it's gonna be nice once it's all said and done. The weather has definitely changed. It feels like it's gonna rain and it looks like it's gonna rain, but if I open up my weather app, it doesn't say rain. If you look at the radar, there's no rain on the radar. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get rain.
have goosebumps. Stop it. Stop.
Brutus, you're not helping. You're being a distraction.
Yeah, and now my hair's full of dirt, my ear's full of dirt. Ew, come on.
We got so many rocks, I don't think we got room for them all. I had to go dump the bucket and come back just for a 5-gallon bucket full. We got more rocks here in this short section than we did out of all the rest of it. That's crazy.
Wow.
It is the next morning. Brutus loves coming out and doing his rounds, checking on all the meat birds. He loves eating their grain. Piglets are doing good. We got all the rocks picked up yesterday, and then once I had those all picked up, I had to stop that because I was doing the podcast with Jason from Sow the Land and Ben from Homestead. So that was really fun doing that last night. If you guys haven't checked it out, we have a podcast called Homestead Shop Talk, where we talk shop and behind the scenes what we've been doing on our homesteads. I'll have that linked down below. We've been doing that for a year now, so if you guys have been listening to the podcast, thank you. It's fun getting together once a week with other like-minded people and just talking and seeing what we've been up to. So yeah, these birds want to get fed, so let me get these fed and then I'll move them. So every once in a while you'll get a chicken who is a cannibalizer. They like to peck the butts out of other chickens and then eat their insides out. And unfortunately, we have one in this batch. I don't know why it happens. It doesn't happen all the time. When it does, you got to keep an eye on it and try to figure out which chicken it is. And I just identified which one it is. So I'm going to have to take care of that chicken because it's got blood all over its face. And we have another chicken this morning that is dead from the backside getting eaten out. And it's not a predator. When this happened to me in the past, I thought it was a predator. And it happened one summer really bad. And then finally I saw that one chicken had blood all over its face. I took care of that chicken and then we never had an issue since. So that's how I learned that chickens will cannibalize each other. It's pretty gross. I don't know why they do it, but we'll take care of that one. And then hopefully we won't have a problem again. What are you doing, Miles? Loving life?
It is supposed to be really, really warm today, and I want to have some salad for supper tonight. So I am just coming up here and getting lettuce now because we want to try to get it when it's not super warm out. So I'm going to get it now, get it in the fridge so that later on tonight I can have it for supper. But the lettuce is doing so good. The sun is starting to come out. Everything has like a little dew on it. It looks so beautiful up here.
That sun is already out and we're going to be having an extreme heat wave the next couple of days. So we got to get this work done before we melt. We're not used to this kind of weather. This is our like August weather, not June weather. So it'll be interesting to see what this summer is like. You guys got plenty of water still? Sure looks that way.
What are you doing, Cookie?
All right, that'll take care of the trench area. There's a few holes we need to fill in. There's a couple on the other side of where Cookie and Azalea are. We gotta take care of those. And then first we'll go back down by the other side of the trench over by the gate. And there's a couple of good drop-offs and I wanna get that filled in. So I'm glad we have some leftover topsoil. It's kind of crazy. You have these little holes randomly here and there, and then ended up taking a whole bucket full. So did that one.
I don't even know. I don't think that was the hole.
No, that was not the hole, but that was a hole.
That was not the one you were talking.
No, this was the main one.
Yeah.
Because it was a big hole, but it didn't seem like it was a bucket full of soil hole. And then there's one more over here. It's just crazy. It's like, oh, it's just a little hole, but I mean, look at that. That was a full bucket. And then I think there's one over here somewhere, right here. Oh, I want to do a little bit right here. Then over here, there's a little bit of a divot, but I'll wait, and I'm going to save the rest of the dirt afterwards over there because I need to fix up this area where the lane is, but I can't do that until the cows aren't using that. So we'll be able to fix up this spot and then this area right here once we're not using this. So I'll get that one done and we'll be done on this side. Then I'll have to clean up that pile and stack it all up nice and neat of the topsoil. You wouldn't think it'd be that big of a deal, but it is so nice having these holes filled in. So much easier driving around out here, not having to worry about having your tire fall into one of these holes. I wanted to pile that back up until we use it again, because if you leave it spread out when it rains, it'll wash away. If you have it piled up like that and it rains, it'll shed it. You won't lose as much. You probably still lose some if we get a big heavy downpour, but for the most part the water's just going to run off of it and go away. It won't wash the pile away on you. I'm glad we got everything spread out and cleaned up. This rain put a damper on the project, so this is where we're going to end it, but this rain is going to be good for the vegetable garden, for the pastures, and once we can get grass seed down, this will be good too. Hopefully, you guys got rain all over you. Hopefully it doesn't stay raining too long, but it does feel good and it's cooling it off a little bit. It's been in the 90s, so I'm enjoying this right now. So this is where we're going to end the video. It's wet, it's rainy. Luckily we got done what we could get done. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us and our homestead. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe. And if you guys are in this heat wave, I hope you are staying cool. See you guys right back here in the next video. Bye.